Today we will be doing Chapter 1 of Unit 1, Water Cycle. Water can be found all over the earth, in the ocean, on land, and in the atmosphere. The water cycle is the path that all water follows as it moves around our planet. On Earth, you can find water in all three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Solid ice is found in glaciers, snow, and at the North and South poles. Liquid water is found in Earth's oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, and even in the soil and underground. Water vapor, a gas, is found in Earth's atmosphere. So how does water travel from a glacier to the ocean to a cloud? That's where the water cycle comes in. The sun's heat causes glaciers and snow to melt into liquid water. This water goes into oceans, lakes, and streams. Water from melting snow and ice also goes into the soil. There, it supplies water for plants and the underground water that we drink. Snow falling on a glacier during winter months usually replaces any water that melts away in the summer. However, due to Earth's overall warming, most glaciers today are losing more ice than they regain, causing them to shrink over time. How does water get into the atmosphere? Now, there are two main ways this happens. Heat from the sun causes water to evaporate from oceans, lakes, and streams. Evaporation occurs when liquid water on Earth's surface turns into water vapor in our atmosphere. Water from plants and trees also enters the atmosphere, and this is called transpiration. Warm water vapor rises up through Earth's atmosphere. As the water vapor rises higher and higher, the cool air of the atmosphere causes the water vapor to turn back into liquid water, creating clouds. This process is called condensation. When a cloud becomes full of liquid water, it falls from the sky as rain or snow, also known as precipitation. Rain and snow then fill lakes and streams, and the process starts all over again. Why do we care about the water cycle? We care about the water cycle because water is necessary for all living things. The water cycle is an extremely important process as it enables the availability of water for all living organisms and regulates weather patterns on our planet. If water didn't naturally recycle itself, we would run out of clean water, which is essential to life. Types of rainfall. Ascending or converging precipitation rainfall, also known as convectional rainfall, occurs when surface of the earth is heated up by the sun. The warm surface also heats up the air. As air rises, it cools down and begins to condensate. Further rising and cooling causes a large amount of condensation to occur and rain is formed. Convectional rainfall is also known as 4 o'clock rainfall. It happens throughout the year in the equatorial regions and generally happens at 4 p.m. For example, heavy rainfall can be observed in the Amazon rainforest mostly during the afternoons. Resistance rainfall, also known as orographic rainfall. When the saturated air mass comes across a mountain, it is forced to ascend, and as it rises, it expands, and the temperature falls, and the moisture is condensed. This type of precipitation occurs when warm, humid air strikes an orographic barrier, that is a mountain range, head-on. The chief characteristic of this sort of rain is that the windward slopes receive greater rainfall. After giving rain on the windward side, when these winds reach the other slope, they descend and their temperature rises. Then their capacity to take in moisture increases, and hence these leeward slopes remain rainless and dry. The area situated on the leeward side, which gets less rainfall, is known as the rain shadow area. Some of arid and semi-arid regions are direct consequence of rain shadow effect. For example, Mahabaleshwar, situated on the Western Ghats, receive more than 600 centimeters of rainfall, whereas Pune, lying in the rain shadow area, has about 70 centimeter only. Periodic rainfall, also known as cyclonic rainfall, occurs when air mass rise up due to pressure difference. When there is the formation of low pressure area, air from the surrounding spaces flows to less pressure zones. It is a phenomena forces warm and colder air to meet. Cyclonic rainfall is provided by the cyclones created in tropical and temperate regions along the air mass fronts, where warm and cold air meet together and the warm air is encircled by the cold air, resulting in circular wind systems. Rainwater usually seeps into groundwater, or it is carried on to the ocean in the form of runoff. Seepage. Process of seeping of water into the ground is called infiltration. Infiltration is the process by which water on the ground surface enters the soil. Water seeping down from the land surface adds to the groundwater and is also called recharge water. Runoff. Surface runoff, also known as overland flow, is the flow of water occurring on the ground surface when excess rainwater, storm water, meltwater, or other sources can no longer sufficiently rapidly infiltrate in the soil. This can occur when the soil is saturated by water to its full capacity, and the rain arrives more quickly than the soil can absorb it. Surface runoff occurs because impervious areas such as roofs and pavement that do not allow water to soak into the ground. This water flows from the surface to the ocean through brooklets, runnels, rivulets, and rivers. Surface water and groundwater are stored in lakes naturally created due to topography. Over time, water enters the ocean and changes its position in the water cycle. So dear students, that's all for this class. Thanks for watching.